What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. James Gunn came out with the video on like the DC YouTube channel and giving the DC slate of everything that's coming up with, hopefully within the next 2 years.
Did he say 2? He made it sound like this was like the grand scheme of things within the
No, he said that this is not all. This is not even all of chapter 1.
Okay.
So these what's going to take place within the next 2 years.
That's a lot of stuff for 2 years.
Yeah, and also because we got some confirmation from Dave Bautista that when he tried to go out for Bane, that he was like he's looking for younger stuff. So we got to get into this and give opinions. I know personally, they said you don't read comics like that.
Bautista is like what 55? I mean,
yeah.
Is he? Yeah. Damn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Batista started in wrestling late, so.
Batista, just reminder, Batista turned 50 at WrestleMania 35.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he still look good.
So,
what I want.
James Gunn talked about with him and Peter Safran's new slate is going to be with movies and television shows, a different project that he announced, and who is going to be coming back and who is not. So for starters, this year, for 2023, we are still having the Shazam movie coming out in March. Fury of the Gods with Zachary Levi, so he's been staying.
Does it matter though?
I'm a Shazam guy, so it matters to me.
No, I'm saying, does it matter though? Because like he didn't say he was staying now. He just said we still releasing the movie. He didn't say like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Well, then, and after that is they're still going through with the Flash movie. Even James Gunn was saying that
is my biggest problem with this entire thing.
Yes, they're still going to do.
Did you hear what he said though?
He said this is one of the best movie, favorite movies. Okay. Yeah, I did. I did. So I was saying, so this joint need to be winning Oscars if we gonna keep doing this. But we'll get all into that.
Yeah, but he did. All right, we'll talk about it later. All right, yeah. Cool. Whatever.
Then in August we're going to get Blue Beetle, the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, and then in December we're going to still get Aquaman 2. Then we will be into the official part of the new DCEU, where it's talking about.
Whoa! Excuse me.
What?
They changed that up. It's only DCU now.
It's DCU.
They said we like Marvel.
DCU.
Like EU, then it's not.
We ain't put no.
Yeah, that's right. DCU.
We ain't put no unnecessary letters in there.
Yeah, you right. We right. Now before we get into the chapter 1, Gods and Monsters that his chapter is called, let's just go by with this year alone. So as he said, the Flash movie is going to be the reset point for those who have not read the comics or anything. Mm-hmm. That event, Flashpoint, has happened, where Flash does go back in time, and then when he comes back, everything is changed. That's how we got the whole New 52 and or the DC Rebirth and all those kind of different things you read. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of controversy with that because we're still going through with Ezra Miller. We didn't bring Henry Cavill back. Gal Gadot is not coming back as Wonder Woman.
Y'all asked an entire movie, but yet we still get Ezra.
So somebody asked him about Zachary Levi because I think Zachary Levi said some anti-vax stuff. I don't know, but they was asking him about it. He was like, I can't look. I'm here to make movies, and we have people in our products. I can't just cancel the whole movie just because I don't agree with what somebody's saying. I'm like, are you talking about Ezra or are you talking about Zachary Levi? Because it sounds like you talking about Ezra Miller right now.
The wild part is, this is way beyond that for him. He got to be talking about Zachary, because Ezra Miller is way beyond something someone said.
Yeah.
At this point, here's hoping, if y'all really gonna go through with this, here's hoping he out of jail for the premiere, because
out of jail,
y'all gonna keep.
I don't even think he's in jail.
But what I'm saying is, he keeps. This is the thing. when you don't reprimand somebody for doing something, what do? They keep doing shit. So who's to say that he don't go and do something no stupid between now and the movie? Not that he's not done enough ridiculous things already.
I mean, I think they're gonna just keep him in the vault. But like, all right, you're gonna stay in the DC vault for like, a month or 2 months before the movie come out, so that we can keep an eye on you.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do some reshoot stuff to balance things out, because he's supposed to be getting his behavior together and going to the council and stuff like that. Which I'm just like,
oh no, they did that while he was doing his. Remember when they couldn't find him? That's what he was at. They couldn't find Ezra for like a month and a half, 2 months. I'm like, bro, he was, and they come to find out he was shooting scenes for Flash.
So Warner Bros. Is so eager to get this movie out, and
it better be the best action. It better be the best movie I ever seen. Dark Knight, but it better make Dark Knight look like Suicide Squad 1.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh that loud to the mic.
No, I mean, it would have to be, and like I said, I can't sit up here and say, well, James Gunn can't control whether they take out a movie or not. He doesn't control that. I would say Warner Bros. Controls that. So we got to.
It all looks bad on y'all part, but they clearly don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's like y'all couldn't possibly care with the moves that y'all making. It looks bad that you recast the fan favorites. You cancel a movie with a woman and a woman of color lead. Then you start taking off all the stuff that people actually want to see off HBO Max. But y'all still give us Ezra Miller. This is where it's just like, all right, because the rest of this, after this, better be fire. Honestly, it has to be, because you're not going to have that much of a fair shake out the gate. If everything is not firing on all cylinders after Flashpoint happens, people are going to abandon ship again. I'm just saying.
I won't say that.
I mean, not like, and it don't have to be like, oh, this is the best movie I've ever seen. But what happens if you have another incident where it's like Justice League?
Nah, this.
No, well,
what do you do after that?
That's what he was making, because right now this year's already set, because everybody was really trying to realize what's going to happen with this year. Are we going to just wipe out all the movies that's done already, and we're going to just start fresh? Mm-hmm. And he was kind of saying like, well, we're going to finish out this year. The Flash is going to be the resetting point, and then after that is where we're going right into our new vision. So no matter what happens this year, no matter what, enjoy these stories, mm-hmm. because it's going to be like all the DC anime movies before the Flashpoint came out. So enjoy all these stories right now, because now that Flash is about to usher in a new something. And the new something is not, so if Ezra Miller fucks up again, or something else bad happens, or whatever the case, or Warner Bros. Gets heat for releasing the Flash movie, or the Flash movie is not that good, it still does not tie into what's going to happen with their new project.
So, but this is my thing. I guess I'd have to go back and refresh myself, because maybe I put it out of my mind. But did he say that they're going to do Aquaman?
Yes, Aquaman's at the end of the year.
Okay, I didn't dream that. So if we're resetting everything with Flash, and that's coming out first, how are we doing Aquaman?
That's the thing. So I'm saying, it looks like there may be some that stay and some that go.
That doesn't make sense to me personally. Maybe it's just me. But I don't understand why you would keep some of the actors that were around pre-reset and not others, especially when you have somebody like Aquaman who is closely tied to your big three that you've now let go. Mm-hmm. So how does that? I'm more curious about the logistics of it all. Because I know I'm not going to watch all these shows and everything that he laid out. Mm-hmm. More than likely, I will just probably watch the movies. So I'm curious who stays and who goes? How did we decide who stays and who goes?
I don't know. It could be on their level of whatever is coming up for their story. Me personally, I don't know about that.
I mean, obviously, I'm just asking questions.
I think, honestly, everybody should go.
I mean,
not that I said that they didn't do a good job or anything. I'm just saying, like,
I'm saying, but
it.
In a way, they probably will.
No, okay, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. You know what? Not everybody, because I just noticed not everybody can go, but like some people have to be redone over. You know. So I don't know how they're gonna do it, because I'm pretty sure Peacemaker and them are staying.
Yes, they alluded to that, which I'll get to in a minute. So that's gonna be the first year. But now he announced Chapter 1, and so they talked about Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series written by James Gunn himself. It's an original team of classic.
I thought that was live action.
The Creature Commandos episode is animated.
I thought he said it goes from animated to live action.
No, okay. So what he was saying was that he wanted to create something where that things can go from animation to live action with the same actor. Yeah. So if the actor is playing the character in live action, he wants him to be the voice. It's kind of like, remember that show Vixen? You probably
I didn't watch it, but I seen the movie. Yeah.
Okay, so Vixen was that break between Flash and Arrow, but they still had Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell voice Arrow, and the same thing for Marvel's What If. When you have this like T'Challa before Chadwick passed away, was voicing T'Challa in the cartoon. Mm-hmm. So that's what the Creature Commando episode is going to be. It's going to be animated. He said classic monsters assemble to fight Nazis. This is a modern take on the concept. And like he said, voice actors have yet to be cast, but whoever is going to be the voice actor is going to be the actual actor for when they go live action.
See, I also took it as the show itself was going to go between animated and live action.
Mm-hmm. That would have been something special if it did.
Yeah, that was something expensive too.
Yes, but I thought that's what he meant at first when he said. I mean, what you're saying makes sense, but I thought he meant like it was going to be a cartoon and then part of it was going to be live action.
Yeah, no, it's all going to be. It's only a 7-episode series, so animated. So
got it.
Then we go into Waller, which is a spin-off of Peacemaker, which is still starring Viola Davis, because Viola Davis just plays a good Amanda Waller, and I don't think as of right now there's an actress that he probably wants that they can replace that. I mean, look, back in the day you had,
though?
Huh?
I was gonna say low key though. Sorry. Low key. Viola Davis is a good Waller, but I wouldn't mind if they would have. Obviously, they want to keep the Peacemaker film, so that makes sense. But I wouldn't mind if they would have tried to get a bigger woman to play that short hair Waller, like the real short hair, big.
You mean like
style Waller?
You mean like old school comic book Amanda Waller?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they would have tried to get somebody to portray that.
Well, that's what they showed when he was doing the run.
Yeah, but Viola Davis got I get why they want to keep her. She's Viola Davis.
So this is also going to be written by Crystal Henry, who worked on Watchmen, and then also Jeremy Carver, who was the creator of the Doom Patrol TV series, which happened to be a low-key hit. A lot of people like Doom Patrol. I never started watching Doom Patrol. I just started watching Titans, a couple months ago, and I was just like, do I really want to sit there and binge and try to get through this? We gotta have so much other stuff to go through right now. So I say, but I'm interested to see the Wild series, especially with Gunn's gonna be involved in, because I like the Peacemaker stuff that he's been doing. I
did read it was in between season 1 and 2 of Peacemaker, so it's gonna be like that in between the season.
And in between, okay, yeah. So, and like I said,
I'm sure if he just did this just to give his girlfriend a job, but
What happened?
He pretty sure he did just to give his wife a job.
Yeah, because he said she's going to be working with different members of the Peacemaker team. It's only 3 members that's alive. So I mean,
there's more that's alive, but yeah.
I mean, it's Peacemaker. It's the girl. It's Hardcore. No, it's Peacemaker, Hardcore. Oh, what's the Deadpool guy name? him and his Anabayo, right? That's 4 people.
What about the white guy that hurt his ankle? With the glasses.
Oh yeah, him. Okay, so it's 5 people. Okay.
Yeah, so
And how many of them gonna be in the field? I think only Hardcore. Maybe her daughter and Hardcore, the only 2 I can see being in the field. You see how unnecessary? You see how he be giving his wife the role? You see how unnecessary she was in Black Adam? Why was she there?
Who are we talking about?
James Gunn's wife.
James Gunn's wife.
The girl.
Who was his wife?
The girl that John Cena likes in
Peacemaker. The white woman.
I'm trying to place her face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll have to go.
Her name was Hardcore, right?
Yeah, Hardcore.
Yeah.
Un momento.
Okay. Then next is the big thing here, which is Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
They're featuring Gunn is writing and directing, and yeah. So this is going to be
the Superman All-Star.
Yeah. First of all, All-Star Superman is actually a really good read. If anybody has ever read All-Star Superman,
that's a good read. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I fell asleep trying to get through that movie. I fell asleep on it trying to get through it.
Well, the movie's not as good as the book. I'll tell you right now.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I was like, all right, let me get through this because I didn't get through that. I didn't get through Superman. Was it Unbound, Unchained, or something? I didn't get through that.
Superman Unbound was a little tough. But this is
whatever movie was him and his cousin. I was like, oh, I can't.
Okay.
Right.
Did you get to Superman versus the Elite? No. Okay.
I don't think I watched it. Wait, is that the one where his cousin and they fighting the 5 dudes?
Yeah.
I think I got through it. Superman movies just don't sometimes entice me like other movies do.
I feel.
So is this going to be animated or live?
No, this is the live action Superman. This is going to be their core. This is the new Superman. Their new Superman.
I'm very curious to see who new Superman gonna be.
Yeah, he says it's not an origin story. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. So the release date is for July 11, 2025. That's the one that's been penciled in.
And
so
here I was hoping we would get an actual real-life Brightburn. Let me stop.
So this is I am a little bittersweet about this because this is what sounds like Man of Steel 2 is going to be.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the first Man of Steel, he just comes into Metropolis and becomes, Clark Kent, the journalist and the news reporter. Now he's about to go in and do all this stuff. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I still would like to see Henry Cavill in that role. Henry
Cavill, I feel like, was a great cross between being Clark Kent and being Superman, especially the look of it.
Yeah, he got the damn guy got a look. Yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, what the hell? So I'm curious to see who y'all going to stick in this role now. And then here's my question. So is Robert Pattinson Batman going forward?
So
like completely?
Yes.
So I'm gonna explain to you. Now before you grunt, I'm gonna explain to you which I actually like the idea of what they're doing. So honestly, I'll just jump into it right now.
Wait, real quick before you get to that, I just want to say about Superman.
Yeah.
Whoever they cast, I hope they do it. Like I hope they do it. I hope they cast like a young-ish person so that we can, obviously keep him for years and years.
That's the whole purpose. They want to cast a younger person so that when they go through, they have a whole 10-year plan.
I see.
I'm more young, but I don't want I don't want me to be thinking he's in high school.
No, no. They not doing this. Is not Superman animation.
Smallville.
We're not doing Smallville. No, this is going to be him working in Metropolis. Him, because that's the one thing that people are saying that the Henry Cavill Superman was lacking was just that his actual this kind factor. You know what I'm saying? Of just of being nice to humanity, who humanity's not nice to him, kind of thing. Yeah. So
second thing I want to say though. And I Superman is up and down for me. He's not my favorite. I'm not the biggest. I just hope that they do. I'm a fan of the Superman with the tights and not like with the underwear on the house. I don't like that look.
Yeah.
I just like when he just had like a straight regular suit, not like, you know, the red underwear over the. I don't like that. So I'm like, hopefully the suit looks good, because that whole thing is stupid. It's plastic suit.
Yeah, I have faith in that. Now, with the other stuff, because we still got projects to go on to. So, to address your Rob Pattinson Batman, what he's doing is, okay, so you know how Marvel has What If?
Yeah.
DC has something called Elseworld.
Yeah,
It's the same thing where it's
that's
like
their EU now.
Yeah, this is their other stories that happen in the multiverse that is not going with the concrete story. So it's going to be called. That's going to go with all TV shows, all movies, all specials, whatever the case they're going to do. They're going to call it Elseworld stuff. So the Robert Pattinson Batman, they just greenlighted for a Batman called Batman Part 2, which will be released
out the same year as
Superman, which is coming out October 3rd, 2025. So
I don't know if you see the way that they announced it was like it was so dramatic. We're gonna have the second installment of Batman Part 2. It's gonna be called Batman Part 2. So,
yes.
all right.
Yeah. So Matt Reeves will do that, and like Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga have Joker 2 coming out. That's the Elseworld project.
I saw. I don't know that they were doing like another Black Superman. I think they still greenlight that.
I think they're probably going to. It's probably going to be an Elseworld story.
Yeah, I'm talking about Elseworld. Yeah, I'm talking about. It was like 4 movies. It was Batman. It was Joker. It was something else, and it was Black Superman.
Yeah. So that way, if it has the Elseworld title on part of the movie or label on that movie, you do know that this is not part of the actual DCU story, but it is part of this multi-universe. I think that is one thing that was very confusing on the Marvel side and the DC side, because I have friends that be like, hey, does this tie in with this, or does this tie in with this, and blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, no, it don't. But a lot of casual fans, a lot of people just don't fall into that. So now if you label it and say this is an Elseworld story,
so that kind of answers me, but not really. So does that mean that he will cross over and be Batman in all the projects?
No. That means that
Batman for the DCU.
They're going to have a
then he's like a Batman for what is now the DCEU, like Elseworld.
Well, it's just he's the basically those movies are like standalone movies. Like they know and they don't interact with
so it's like the Dark Knight kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's like these are just his thing. Like Joker is not going to interact with Robert Pattinson. Like it's just all their single.
So it's kind of like if you go into a comic book store and you see 13 different Batman comics up there, and they're all different stories. Yeah. It's like, but it's Batman. It's in the DC world, but they're all different kind of stories, opposed to the one comic that you are reading.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious because I was like, if we keeping folks.
Yeah.
I don't care how surprisingly good Batman might have been. Robert Pattinson wasn't on my list. I'm just saying. That's me personally.
Lanterns is going to be a TV series that Gunn and Sam are working on, and what I like is that this is going to be like almost like a buddy cop type thing. Because you're going,
I like that.
Huh?
That's kind of what it sounds like.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I do, because here's the thing. You have a lot of the fan base, especially today's fan base, that look at Hal Jordan as the Green Lantern.
Nah, I like Jon Stewart.
No, hold on, I'm not done. And then you have the other half of the fan base that is like, especially like us, that identify with Jon Stewart, because they're like, Jon Stewart is my Green Lantern type thing. Well, those are the two most popular Green Lanterns. Nobody cares so much about Kyle Rayner unless his name is Q-Flow. Nobody cares about Guy Grunner. Nobody cares about Simon Bass.
Well, they said there might be other lanterns around.
I mean, it's a core.
They'll be there
but
but
it might be like the actual alien people, or what's her name? Cruz? The Jessica Cruz?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna probably be all of them, but because it's a Green Lantern core, but it's gonna focus on the two main lanterns of Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. So that way so the fans of the Green Lantern like myself can be happy with both. You got yourself the white Green Lantern and you got yourself the black Green Lantern, the two main ones.
And it's a live action too.
It's a live action TV series. So I was like,
I swear to God, if this is Green Lantern Ride Along, I'm not watching.
Well,
I think
long as it ain't Tyrese or Common, I'm cool.
Oh my God, no.
I think it's more going to be like Honestly, I don't know how comedy want to go with being serious, because Jon Stewart will be the more serious one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and Hal Jordan be the more comedy one.
Yeah, so I'm saying like it can be like that, but not as annoying as Ride Along.
Yeah. Then we're gonna have us. This is a movie called The Authority. The Authority is a team of superheroes with a rather extreme methods of protecting the planet. This was a 1990s comic. I didn't read too much about it. I think Alan Moore did something with this, because Alan Moore is known for Watchmen. So this is going to be like.
Sound like this finna be intense now.
Yeah, this is going to be like Crime Syndicate. If anybody knows who the Crime Syndicate is, or okay, so it's like the evil. It's like the
is
evil.
It like the Justice League for villains.
Yeah, it's like instead of Superman, it's Ultraman and Superwoman and Owlman.
Okay.
Going for Wonder Woman, Black Superman, and Batman.
Okay.
So yeah, so you have all those, and they are ruthless. Now, but the Authority is more. It's like their hero, stuff like that. The way they said it's like. The way they describe it, not every film and TV show is going to be about good guys versus bad guys. Giant things from the sky come, and good guys win. There are white hats, black hats, and gray hats. They are kind of like Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. They know that you want them on the wall, or at least they believe that.
Okay.
That's the way they describe the Authority.
It's giving police brutality, but okay.
Yes.
All right.
Then they have a project called Paradise Lost. Now this is going to be something that's going to be kind of interesting, because this is going to be a HBO Max series that's going to be a Game of Thrones style. Yeah, a Game of Thrones style, all female. This is like
Themyscira. Yeah, I did see that.
Yes, Wonder Woman's birthplace, and this is what's going to introduce the new Wonder Woman. And we're going to give her a series opposed to just giving her a movie, because she already got like 2 movies already. Gal Gadot is working on this. Also, like, I guess they put her name as a producer on this. But as of right now, as far as we know, she is going to be recast. Okay. And then this is going to be a TV show that's going to be illustrating into Wonder Woman. Now, to go back and answer your question about Robert Pattinson, the new Batman for the DCU is they got the Batman Brave and the Bold is what it's called. And this one is going to be bringing in Robin, because out of all these movies that we had a Batman, we other than the Joe Schumacher ones, we never got a Robin.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I heard you disagree earlier when he was talking about Robin.
Yeah. Well, see. Okay. So this was going to be Damian Wayne. I'm not a big Damian Wayne fan, like a lot of people are. I think Prime is a Damian Wayne fan. Are you, Prime? So yeah, Prime, I was asking you, are you a big fan of Damian Wayne?
Oh, of course, but Damian is my favorite. Yes.
Because Damian is not my favorite Robin, but I do put him above Jason Todd. Like, obviously, I'm OG because one of my favorite heroes is Nightwing. So my favorite Robin has always been Dick Grayson.
I like Nightwing. I like Nightwing. I don't like him as Robin. I like Damian is my favorite Robin.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So the way it goes for me, it goes Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, Kathy Kelly, and Jason Todd. I think Jason Todd's the worst, but as Red Hood, he's dope, but as Robin, he was terrible. And Kathy Kelly it was the girl Robin. And I am.
Is that Kathy Kelly, or are you talking about that announcer?
No, I mean, well, it's something Kelly. You can look it up right now. That's the 4th Robin that it was. I wasn't a big fan of hers, but I couldn't say it because Dave was like a murderous tween. It's like, Batman gotta get this man back in shot. It's a very strange father-son story. But I will say this though, you don't fuck with Damian though.
Not at all.
When it comes to the Robins, he's the most ruthless. You don't fuck with him. And Talia Ghul's his mom, so he's been trained by League of Assassins. Like, come on now. Then they talked about Booster Gold.
How do you feel about the name?
How do I feel about the what?
The name.
You know what? I kind of don't like the name to be honest with you, because when I hear Batman Brave and the Bold, I think about that crazy cartoon that they had, that Saturday morning
cartoon. That's what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I was like, they could have called it something else, but okay, cool.
Yeah, like every time I hear Brave and the Bold, I think of that Batman with the blue and the gray, and it's like, you know, that old school '60s Batman in the television show, and I can't shake that too much, especially when I have been accustomed to seeing a darker version of Batman. So, also, HBO Max has another series, Booster Gold. I like Booster Gold because Booster Gold is so fucking corny and he's such a loser, and I'm like, it's perfect. He don't need a movie. A TV series will be good. The only time we seen Booster Gold live action was when he had that episode in Smallville back during season 9, I believe it was. And I was like, oh my god, they did a Booster Gold thing in here. So seeing a Booster Gold thing by James Gunn, I think that would be great. As he described it, imposter syndrome as superhero.
Hey, that sounds like it would be an entertaining show.
Yes, like that stuff is meant to be funny and meant to be corny and meant to be all that.
I will say, like, because I'm just the Authority talk. I think the Authority and Booster Gold is probably, honestly, because of what James is going to show, probably the ones I'm looking forward to the most because I don't know nothing about them.
Oh, okay, that's a good way to put it.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that because I've seen this other stuff done before. So it'd be nice to see something, a fresh take on something, especially if it sounds like it might be interesting. Because Booster Gold sounds like it'll be an interesting show.
Yeah,
we took a piece from somebody we don't care about, and he made him into a name that we all want to see in the DC like you. So, and if he can do that with all these characters, I mean, yeah, I would love that.
We got 2 new ones that we haven't really heard stories about because we got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be doing a new Supergirl. It's gonna be movie like they said, a big science fiction movie. We will see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he was an infant, versus Supergirl, raised on a rock, a chip off of Krypton, who watched everyone around her die, be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life.
That sounds horrendous.
It do. And then to come to Earth, she's much more hardcore and not the Supergirl we're used to. So, give me all a clue right now. We not gonna be like, this is gonna be Supergirl that Clark or Kal-El, I was looking for you because you was out there lost, and I'm supposed to be sent here to be your protector. And
she gonna be like, you left me up there.
Yes, that would be kind of dope.
Let's fight now.
Now, when it came to that, Supergirl was a movie or series that they was doing Prime. I don't know if they're gonna still use that same actress or not. But
I think they just do everything. As far as the shows, I think we do that.
I'm about to say but nobody has seen her in anything, so I'm just saying. So I'm like, who knows? What I'm saying, but right now they haven't decided that yet. And then they are going to do a Swamp Thing movie. Swamp Thing had a TV series for a limited time. Was it back during the early days of HBO Max, something like that? I didn't see it, but I heard it was alright. But this one's going to be more of this horror type thing. And
I mean, Swamp Thing is a thing that would probably fit well with our heart.
It's going to close out the first part of the first chapter. So that right there is just the immediate plan for the next 2 years, going up into 2025. There could be those things that's going to be interjected into that, and like I said, it's going to be more so of like, we're just going to get 2023 out the way. We'll give you the moves and get them out the way, and then we're going to move on to this stuff, and it's going to build the year. So then, if they can get us into the new Superman, into the new Batman, into the new Wonder Woman, see how things go. Because first of all, it's best to say this now to see what the trial run is going to be like. How the fans respond to this, how the diehards respond to this, what money is it going to bring in. Like, it's a superhero movie, it's going to bring in something. But like, is it going to be game changer money to the point like, okay, people are really liking this direction, let's go in and do it that way. So I'm cool with it. Final thoughts, you guys, for this new slate of the DCU. Prime, start with you.
I'm liking the stuff that they announced so far. It's a lot of and also I like how they're giving people their solo movies first, so that phase 2 or whatever could lead to a Justice League or something.
Yeah.
I'm still interested to see like what other characters like. We don't always need the big characters, but I'm interested to see what they would do with like a Cyborg or even somebody smaller than I don't say Cyborg because I actually want to see that, but even somebody else like not as big, not as the main, people everybody talk about, but that's still a big guy.
I'm confident James Gunn is going to do a run on Milestone Comics. I think after you see how these first years go.
Ooh, I just thought
I think he's going to do a run on Milestone Comics, which means that can bring in Icon and Rocket, that can bring in Hardware, that can bring in Static. I think bringing in those black heroes that a lot of people.
If he bring in Static off the bat, like, and it's one of his first 10 years or whatever.
Absolutely. I said, I think he was somebody
honestly,
that will pull that trigger.
If I was him, I would be like, let's not only should we bring that show back, we should make it like, we should bring it back, and then the guy that plays him in the show could be the same guy. Like, I don't know. I will bring back the show if I'm him.